Well, welcome, Frostburg State fans. We are excited to officially introduce Rubin Stevenson as our newest athletic director. Rubin, first off, just welcome to the position. We obviously have known you for a long time, but it's nice to see you take the head role, so to speak.
Well, thank you, Logan. But first, I may have to make a correction. It's the interim right now, interim athletic director. Hopefully, moving on to being the head, but right now it's interim.
So, speaking on, we thank Troy Dell for all of the service that he gave to us, and you have been kind of his right-hand man for a number of years now, moved into your administrative role in 2007 and have been around there for that many years. What was it about the position and having this opportunity that made you step up and step into this interim role?
Well, I think it's been like a long 33 years I've been here, and like you say, under Troy's leadership and the foundation that he has built, and not even only the foundation, the building blocks that he has built here, and having the athletic department go from Division III, Division II, and seeing things that we can do to actually compete at the MEC level and also on the national level because of the foundation that he built here was great. You don't want to go into a situation where you don't think you're going to be able to compete, and I think that swayed me to say, yeah, I would love to continue on building here and bringing successes to Frostburg State.
You mentioned you're 33 years here now. What about Frostburg has kept you in this community and frame of mind where we've seen on social media, we've seen, in your office and people come to see you, congratulating you, and it seems that people have so much respect.
I think the thing that made me stay was I was able to always learn from all the coaches and the administrators that came here. Like Coach McGlinchey was my mentor, and then I was able to learn from Coach Sweeney, the professional part of it, and then from Troy when he came and I got stepped away from football, just the administrative part and how to be a professional and how to lead others outside of the football, because the football part was easy, you run around yelling and screaming and getting guys motivated and dealing with all A-type personalities, but the administrative end of it and making sure that you did things in a timely manner. And then the community itself, going out to the community and doing I like the golf, so doing a lot of the golf things, and then just people, like Tim Stevens and some of the people in the community, Allegheny, Fort Hill, Mountain Ridge coaches, and building relationships with them, seeing them out eating and, being able to provide for the community and have them come to Frostburg and seeing some of the great things that we have here and just being able to and be involved with the community and have them share the experience that I'd had here at Frostburg, for them to come up 7 miles or 12 miles and see the great things that we have to offer here at Frostburg, and having them people from Mountain Ridge already understand what a gem and treasure they have here at Frostburg.
Looking ahead, and we focus kind of on your past there, but going forward at Frostburg, you mentioned being able to compete and how stable we've been in the Mountain East Conference. Starting in 2019, 2020 didn't exactly go the way we wanted, but moving up. But since then, it's been a steady growth. We've moved up in the standings every year, with a little setback this past year. But you look at the competitiveness of the teams in this conference and where we're heading. Where do you see this going? 3-4 years down the road, and trying to compete nationally, which a couple of programs have done, but trying to get that across the board.
I think that's the key. What you said, compete nationally. I mean, winning the MEC championships is a stepping stone to what we ultimately want to do, is be one of the best teams in the country. And I don't know what it's called now at the Division II level, but, my aspirations as a leader is always, I always saw like the Sears Cup and all these other different things that is awarded to the best athletic program. And I was always been taught, if you're going to do something, do it well. And so my goal would be to hopefully aspire the coaches and everything else, so one day that Frostburg State will be mentioned in the same breath as Grand Valley, Ferris, and those type programs. Just don't only win the MEC, but be known nationally. So when people see Frostburg State and see, the FSU with the Paul or the mountains and everything else, and say, hey, that's a great program, and it also probably is a great place to work.
You spoke also about the community aspect and how ingrained you've kind of become in the surrounding, Allegheny County area. And one of the focuses from the university that was just announced is, driving engagement between the community, the students that are here that are non-athletes, getting athletes to go into other places. And obviously athletics is such a big part of, communities coming together and everyone kind of being in one place. what are some of the driving forces for that? And, do you have any plans or things that you'd like to see improve upon in that aspect?
Well, I just like to see our coaches, like you say, embrace the community. Like you say, Nicole Higgins does the food handout here in Frostburg, but just to broaden our footprint, as so to speak, like to do things in Garrett County, to go down to Cumberland. And I know I have one of my former coaches is from Cumberland at Fort Hill, and they have a great community. They have a great sense of pride in athletics at Fort Hill and Allegheny, and also Northern and Southern and Mountain Ridge. So just to expand that to let them know that Frostburg could be a home not only for their athletes, but for just the general students, because we have great academic programs, and that they should look at Frostburg as not a last choice, but as a first choice. And I think if we can do different things, like especially starting like in middle school with the read, like I know we used to have a reading program here, and them seeing our athletes doing positive things in the community. There, Nikki is working on, having a parade here in Frostburg and trying to get others involved. And we're looking at doing something on the downtown mall where people from Cumberland can see our athletes and see that, Frostburg is not only nestled here in Frostburg and just for Mountain Ridge, but it's for this whole Allegheny County and Garrett County and even Frederick County, that this could be a home for them and a place that, they're doing great things.
And then speaking on, trying to bring people in and make people recognize our name, couple of big facility projects that are going to be ongoing, and one of them already is, with a new turf practice field out by where the current softball field is, and the baseball Bob Wells Field getting an announcement for having a whole turf renovation project and some upgrades there. Are those the type of things that you think could help us, be recognized of, it's not just, look, Frostburg has these nice things, but, hey, if you want to come in and see this or view this, like, go on a tour, it helps to get the eyes on the prize effectively.
Yeah, I think it also helps not only, I think it helps in recruiting too. And someone told me this a long time ago. I was walking, and it wasn't an athlete, it was a parent, and there was construction going on, and they were fixing the clock and doing some other different things. And, as when you walk around campus, you're like, oh man, there's construction, there's this, and you get worried. But then the parents said, no, if there's construction going on at the institution, that's saying that they're building, that they're moving forward, that things are going on, that they're financially stable. And I think it helps us in the sense that, when recruits and others come up, because we try to help, it's not only just for athletics, it's also for the community. And I know they have teams that come from Pittsburgh, and it's like a central area. And we want that for the whole, Appalachia region, that this could be a home for them if the facility is available, if the space is available, so they can do those type things. And I think the money for the baseball field, that's unbelievable. We got to continue to raise, but, we are up in the mountains. We do have snow. So, for our student athletes and the students to be able to get out there and have to wait till almost after spring break, I think that's going to help us tremendously, not only, improve our baseball team, but improve the look of the institution and letting people know that we're building and we'll continue to build and we're moving forward, and this could be a place that they can call home.
Well, Rubin, we certainly thank you for your time. We wish you the best of luck in this role, and certainly I'm looking forward to the immediate future of Frostburg State Athletics here.
Well, thank you, Logan, and like we always say, go Bobcats, and like you say, our doors are always open for people to come up and visit and look at what we have here to offer at Frostburg State University. Thank you.